the Generation 2 Plasticon review! Woohoo! Welcome back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover some more Generation 2. When I'm talking Generation 2, I'm talking Generation 2 Runamuck. Here's G2 Runamuck in his Pontiac Firebird. I absolutely love this car, not to mention the design. This gold on top of this kind of a grayish white really does seem to pop, along with this gigantic Decepticon emblem right on the hood. I absolutely love this car. It's a very iconic thing, especially toward the tail end of the 80s and the beginning of the 90s. These things were very, very popular, and a lot of people would actually see this thing as Kit's little adversary, as car, as you know, starting with a K, way back on Knight Rider. Anyhow, taking a closer look at him, I absolutely love this little thing. This thing is absolutely amazing. The size of this car is really not that big. That's one thing I do like about him. He does happen to be a gimmick former, so a lot of people out there that are into the fact of seeing gimmick former toys, you know, some of you guys like him, some of you guys don't. I understand that, but this guy to me is one of the coolest. Kind of putting him next to one of the accelerators kind of shows you about how big he really is. He's not too terribly large compared to him, but you know, he's a pretty good size little vehicle. I do like him a lot, and he happens to be a really, really nice car. I just like this thing. I love the fact that the colors that are on him are gold versus the older colors they actually had. You know, it really didn't have very many colors. He normally was just a gray vehicle. Did have a little bit of orange here and there, but not a lot, especially in the car mode. I absolutely love this design. This is a very 90s kind of thing to do with the whole kind of striping like this. Not to mention the fact that it's all gold, which is nice. I do like the gold going around the front here. Well, you know, this was actually almost an iconic thing because way back then Firebirds did actually have gold on them. In some cases, more or less, they were a black car with gold, but this one is a gray one. Anyhow, enough waffling about this car mode. Let's check out that transformation, shall we? Here's Runamuck in his robot mode, and yes, he does look very doofy, almost a wheelchair kind of thing, but that's what the appeal was. I absolutely love how crazy looking this thing is. I'm really into the gimmick formers, and I always had a love for the fact that it's a simple little thing. The pulling back gimmick and the fact is he just flips from a car directly into a robot is really, really fun. This guy was a bit difficult to get on camera when I was doing it, but it was really fun doing it because every time he would transform, so it wasn't one of those things where he never did the gimmick that he should. Taking a closer look though, if you notice the head sculpt's kind of, you know, it's just more or less kind of a plain head sculpt. It isn't anything crazy, but I do like the fact that they did put in some detail around the head itself, so that way it gave him, you know, made him look like he had shoulders. And the other cool thing is the fact that they kind of put little bitty molded things here to show that he had hands. It's not really a whole lot to him, but he is a really, really cool little guy. He does have a little bit of action here where, you know, if you really wanted to lay him back, you could do that. You can't really do the whole force forward thing other than maybe just do about that, but then the back wheels tend to roll back a little bit. Doesn't really have like a locking mechanism for this, which it would have been nice to see a locking mechanism, but the fact is, you know, it'd be kind of hard to do, honestly, and have it actually still stay in place. He does sit very well on a shelf. He doesn't really move around and roll around a lot, which is nice, but I do like how cool he looks. I like the fact that it has a large Decepticon emblem right there on the hood, so you don't really necessarily need one here on the roof of the car, which is cool. Although there is a spot here where in G1 he actually had a rub sign, but this is even cooler. I like this better. It's just something about him almost having like a gold chest kind of really pops with a little bit of that orange. Not too much in there. Just really makes him look cool. Anyhow, this has been Plasticon, and this is a size comparison because it almost closed without it. But there he is with Rapido. He does look nice. I don't mind. The fact is, you know, he's a little taller mainly because he has this gigantic hood type of thing here. And it's kind of funny because, you know, you do that where he looks like he's got like just a, I don't know, a hood face, kind of like the GoBots did, but it's neat. I like it. Anyhow, this has been Plasticon. This has been yet another Generation 2 review. And I'll see you guys around because I have plenty more coming your guys' way. That's it for now. Bye!